Did you find everything
I always
you
tell
were
people
looking
my
for?
life is quiet because quiet feels
And look at
safer.
these fresh vegetables.
I live alone in a small
Thanks for helping
apartment
me carry them.
where nothing exciting ever happens. Every morning I wake up, make instant coffee, check my phone, and leave for work without talking to anyone. I avoid trouble because trouble has teeth. That routine was fine until Emily Carter moved in next door. The first time we met, she smiled and said, "You're my neighbor, right?" "Yeah," I said. "I'm sorry. I'm not great with introductions." She laughed softly. "That's okay. I'm Emily." "I'm me," I said, then felt stupid. I'm your neighbor." She smiled again, warm and easy. "I see you in the hallway every morning. You always look like you're running away from something." "I'm running to work," I said. "It's less dramatic." From that day on, Emily always spoke to me. In the hallway, by the mailbox, near the stairs. "Good morning." She'd say morning. I'd answer. One evening, she struggled with grocery bags and I asked, "Do you want help?" She looked surprised. "You don't have to." "I know," I said. "I want to." We walked together and she talked the whole way. I moved here for a fresh start. I want a life that feels real. "What does real feel like?" I asked. She shrugged. "Not lonely." That word stayed with me. Lonely sounded like me. After that, she knocked on my door sometimes. "Can I borrow sugar?" she asked once. "I don't cook," I said. "But you can have it," she smiled. "You're kind." Nobody had said that to me in a long time. Weeks passed. We talked more. She told me about her dreams, her fears. Now she hated feeling invisible. "I want someone to choose me," she said one night in the hallway. I said quietly, "Everyone deserves that." She looked at me like she almost understood something, then looked away. Then Daniel Brooks showed up. Emily introduced him with bright eyes. "This is Daniel. He's amazing." Daniel shook my hand. "Nice place you've got here." "Small," I said. He laughed. "Doesn't matter. Confidence matters." Emily laughed too. I felt like furniture. After that, Emily talked about Daniel constantly. "He's confident," she said. "He knows what he wants," she said. "He makes me feel seen," she said. I nodded every time. Inside, I felt smaller. One night I asked, "Do you like him?" She didn't answer right away. "He's someone worth liking." Daniel started visiting often. When he was around, Emily barely looked at me. I tried to tell myself it was normal. I tried to believe her kindness to me had meant something real. Then one evening I knocked on her door. "Hey, are you okay?" "I haven't seen you today." She opened the door just enough to see her eyes. "I'm busy," I said. "Sorry." Daniel's voice came from inside. "Who is it?" "Nobody," Emily said quickly. She closed the door. I stood there, holding nothing, feeling like I had imagined everything. That night, I sat on my bed and thought, maybe I was never special. Maybe I was just convenient. The hallway felt colder after that. Emily stopped smiling. She stopped talking. When our eyes met, she looked away. A few days later, I tried again. "Did I do something wrong?" I asked her in the hallway. She crossed her arms. "Why would you think that?" "Because you don't talk to me anymore?" I said. She sighed. "You're overthinking." "I do that," I said. "But I also notice things." Daniel walked up behind her. "Is there a problem?" "No," I said quickly. Emily said, "He's just my neighbor." Just the word landed hard. Daniel smiled, sharp and polite. "You should give her space." "I have been," I said. Emily wouldn't look at me. "I'm tired. I don't want drama." "I never wanted drama," I said. She nodded without listening. "Good." They walked away together. I stayed where I was that night. She texted me for the first time in days. "Emily, you should stop knocking on my door." I was worried. "Emily, it makes me uncomfortable." I stared at the screen. "I'm sorry." That was never my intention. 3 dots appeared, then vanished. No reply came. I whispered to the empty room. I thought we were friends. The walls didn't answer. The silence felt heavier than before, like something bad was waiting, patient and quiet, right outside my door. I didn't know it yet, but my quiet life was already cracking, and I was standing in the middle. There was a knock on my door at 11:43 p.m. sharp, out and unforgiving. I thought it was a mistake. I opened the door and froze. "Sir, are you the resident of this apartment?" one officer asked. "Yes," I said. "What's going on?" "We need you to step outside," he said. Now, my heart started racing. "Why?" Another voice broke through the hallway. Emily was crying. "That's him. That's the man." I stepped out slowly. "Emily, what are you talking about?" She wouldn't look at me. He touched me. He kept coming to my door. He wouldn't stop. My chest burned. "That's not true." "Emily, look at me." Daniel stood beside her, arm around her shoulders. "Don't talk to her," he said. "You've done enough." "I didn't do anything," I said. "You know that?" Emily sobbed louder. "He's lying. He made me feel unsafe." Neighbors opened their doors. Someone whispered. Someone filmed. An officer said, "Sir, you're being accused of harassment." "That's insane," I said. "Ask her. Ask her about the messages." Emily shook her head. I was scared to say no, felt sick. "Why are you doing this?" Daniel said calmly, "Because actions have consequences." I looked at him. "You wanted this." Officer Ryan Miller stepped forward. "Enough. Hands where I can see them." "I didn't touch her," I said. "I never touched her." Officer Miller's eyes were cold. "Save it for the station." Emily cried harder. "Please make him go away." Those words crushed me. As they cuffed me, I said, "Emily, please. Tell the truth," she whispered. "I'm sorry, but not to me." A neighbor muttered, "I knew something was off about him." Yet another said, "Poor girl." Officer Miller pushed me forward. "Move." I stumbled down the hallway. "This is wrong." "You're ruining my life," Officer Miller said. "If you're innocent, the truth will come out." I laughed, broken. "That's not how this works." Outside, the cold air hit my face. Flashing lights painted me guilty. I looked back. Emily was in Daniel's arms. He kissed her forehead. I whispered, "You win." At the station, Officer Miller sat across from me. "Tell me what happened." "I helped my neighbor," I said. "That's it. You expect me to believe that?" He asked. "Yes," I said. "Because it's the truth." He leaned back. "Why would she lie?" I swallowed. "Because she wanted him." Officer Miller raised an eyebrow. "That's convenient." "I have messages," I said. "Conversations. We'll see," he said. "For now, you're staying." They took my belt, my phone, my dignity. In the holding room, I sat alone. The walls felt too close. I whispered, "I didn't do anything wrong." No one answered. I replayed every smile, every word Emily ever said to me. "I want someone to choose me," she had said. She chose him, and she destroyed me to prove it. I stared at the floor and realized something terrifying. Even if I survived this, I would never be the same again. The door closed. The lock clicked. My quiet life was gone. I was suspended from work 3 days after I got out. No meeting, no explanation, just an email. Until further notice, my manager said on the phone, "It's company policy, so you think I did it?" I asked. He paused. "We have to protect our image." The call ended. I sat on my couch and said out loud, "I didn't do anything." My phone stayed silent after that. My parents didn't call. My friends didn't text. Silence filled every corner of my apartment. When I finally went outside, people stared. Someone whispered my name. Someone else crossed the street at the grocery store. A familiar voice said, "Oh." I turned. Laura Bennett stood there with her cart. We used to joke during lunch breaks. "Hey," I said, "can we talk?" She tightened her grip on the handle. "I don't think that's a good idea. I just want to explain," I said. She shook her head. "Emily wouldn't lie about something like that." "You didn't even ask me," I said. Her eyes hardened. "Why would I?" That question followed me home. At night, I couldn't sleep. My chest tightened. My hands shook. I counted my breaths like someone taught me once. Breathe in, I whispered. Breathe out. Didn't help. I kept replaying conversations in my head. You're kind, Emily had said. Not lonely, she had said. I asked the ceiling, when did kindness become a crime? I started avoiding mirrors. I didn't like the way I looked anymore. I looked guilty even to myself. One afternoon I heard laughter in the hallway. I froze. Emily's voice floated through the door. Stop, you're ridiculous. Daniel laughed. You'll love it. I opened my door a crack. Emily stood there, smiling, relaxed, happy. She saw me and stopped laughing. Daniel noticed me. Hey, Emily looked away. We're leaving, I said. You won't even look at me. She whispered. Please don't make this harder. You made it impossible, I said. Daniel stepped closer. You should move on. I laughed sharp. From my life? Emily said quietly, I don't want trouble. You already destroyed me, I said. She walked away. That night I didn't sleep at all. My heart raced for no reason. My hands went numb. I thought I was dying. I sat on the floor and said, this isn't real. This isn't real. Morning came anyway. I checked my phone. No missed calls. No messages. I tried calling my mother. It rang until voicemail. Hey, I said softly. It's me. I just wanted to hear your voice. I hung up before crying. Days blurred together. I stopped going out. I stopped eating. My thoughts turned dark. What if they're right? I asked myself. What if I am the problem? I remembered every knock on Emily's door. Every conversation, every smile. Was I too close? I asked the empty room. My chest tightened again. I grabbed the table to steady myself. One night I dreamed of the hallway closing in. Everyone watched. Nobody spoke. I woke up gasping. I started talking to myself just to hear a voice. You didn't do this? I said, but doubt answered back. At work, Laura emailed me. HR needs a statement, she wrote. Don't expect much, I replied. Do you believe me? She didn't answer. I stared at the screen and felt something inside me crack. I realized something then. Sitting alone, shaking, unheard, staying silent wasn't protecting me. It was burying me alive. If I kept swallowing this, it would finish the job Emily started. I stood up and said, I won't disappear. For the first time since that night, my voice didn't sound weak. Silence had been my prison. I decided it was time to break out. I met Rachel Moore in a small office that smelled like coffee and paper. She looked up and said, sit down. Start from the beginning, I said. You don't already think I'm guilty? She shook her head. I don't think anything yet. I listened first. That alone made my throat tighten. Nobody's done that. She folded her hands. Then talk. I live next to Emily, I said. I helped her. I talked to her. I never touched her, Rachel asked. Did you ever threaten her? No. Did you ever ask for anything physical? Never. She nodded. Good. Keep going. I told her everything. The hallway talks. The groceries. Daniel. The night the police came, she said, I scared her, I said. She said I wouldn't leave her alone. Rachel leaned back. Yet, she kept talking to you. Yes, I said. Until he showed up. Rachel tapped her pen. People don't suddenly feel unsafe without a trigger. I swallowed. The trigger was him. She looked at me carefully. Why accuse you? Because I was easy, I said. Because I wouldn't fight back, Rachel said softly. That's not your fault. Those words hit harder than anything else. She asked, any witnesses? My neighbors hate me. Any messages? I saved them, I said. Every one. Her eyes sharpened. Good evidence matters. I hesitated. What if this makes things worse? Rachel said, worse than losing your life? I had no answer. She stood. I need one more thing. Cameras. What? The hallway, she said. Most buildings have them. I don't know, I said. She smiled slightly. Let's find out. Later that day, I stood near the security room. A man looked up and said, "Can I help you?" "I'm looking for Mark Evans," I said. "That's me. I live in 3B, I said. I was wondering about cameras. Mark studied me. "You're that guy." I braced myself. "Yes," he sighed. "Rough situation. You believe her too?" I asked. He shrugged. "I believe footage." My heart jumped. "There is footage. Hallway cameras," he said. "They run 24/7. I whispered. "Does it show her coming to my door?" Mark nodded. "More than once." I felt dizzy. "Would it show anything bad?" He shook his head. "From what I remember, no." Rachel appeared beside me. "That's very helpful, Mark," I said. "I can't give it without a request." Rachel smiled. "I'll handle that." Mark glanced at me. "Hang in there." Back in Rachel's office, I said, "This could clear everything." She nodded. "Or it could make her fight harder." I asked, "What if she says the footage doesn't matter?" "She will," Rachel said. "But lies crack under pressure." I rubbed my face. "I'm tired," Rachel said. "So is every innocent person I meet." I laughed weakly. "I don't feel strong." "You don't have to," she said. "You just have to stand." I asked, "What if people never believe me?" Rachel leaned forward. "Then we make the truth louder." I stared at the floor. "I hate conflict," she said. "You hate being buried more." Silence filled the room. I said quietly, "If I fight back, she'll hate me." Rachel replied, "She already destroyed you." That settled something inside me. I looked up. "What do we do first?" Rachel smiled. "Now you're asking the right question." I stood straighter. "I don't want revenge." "Good," she said. "We're aiming for justice." I nodded. "I don't want to be silent anymore." Rachel held out her hand. "Then let's reclaim your life." Shook it. For the first time since that night, I didn't feel like a ghost. I felt like someone worth defending, and I knew my choice was made. Rachel called me early and said, "I have something." My hand shook. "Is it bad?" "It's real," she said. "Come in." I sat across from her, and she turned the screen toward me. "This is from the hallway camera. I watched myself open my door weeks ago." Emily stepped inside, smiling. "She came willingly," Rachel said. "More than once," I whispered. "She said she was afraid." Rachel said, "Fear doesn't knock and walk in." My chest tightened. "I don't feel happy seeing this." "It's normal," Rachel said. "Truth doesn't always feel good." She opened another file. "These are your messages." I read Emily's words. "You make me feel safe. Don't tell anyone we talk this much. Daniel wouldn't understand." I said she planned this. She controlled the story. I rubbed my eyes. "I wanted peace, not this," Rachel said. "Peace comes after exposure." Later in the hallway, I heard raised voices. Emily said, "Why are you acting distant?" Daniel replied, "Because this doesn't feel right anymore." I froze behind my door. "You promised you'd protect me," Emily said. Daniel said, "You said he harassed you." Emily snapped, "He did." Daniel sighed. "Then why are there messages?" Silence followed. That afternoon, Sophia Lane knocked on my door. "I need to talk," she said. I said, "About Emily." She nodded. "She told me you scared her." "And?" I asked. Sophia crossed her arms. "But she kept texting you," I said quietly. "She used me." Sophia frowned. "She said you wouldn't leave her alone." "She came to me," I said. Sophia hesitated. "That's not what she said." "I know," I said. Sophia sighed. "She's panicking," I asked. "About what?" "About losing control," Sophia said. That night, Emily texted me. "Emily, why are you doing this to me?" "Me, I'm telling the truth." "Emily, you're ruining my life." "Me, you ruined mine first." She didn't reply. The next day, Daniel avoided her. I saw it in the hallway. Emily grabbed his arm. "Don't ignore me," Daniel said. "I need space." "Shh," she whispered. "You believe him?" Daniel said, "I believe facts." Emily's voice cracked. "I did this for you." Daniel stepped back. "That's the problem." Emily saw me watching. Her face changed. "You think you've won," she said. I said, "I didn't want this." She laughed, shaky. "You always play innocent." "I was innocent," I said. Sophia stood behind her. "Emily, stop." Emily snapped, "You too?" Sophia said, "Tell the truth." Emily's eyes darted. "You don't understand," I said. "I understand everything now." She whispered, "I needed him." Daniel said, "Not like this." Emily's hand shook. "Say something." Daniel walked away. Emily stared at me. "Fix this." I said, "I can't fix lies."
Oh.
Her voice dropped. "You're enjoying this."
Nice.
"I'm surviving it," I said. That night Rachel called again. "She's unraveling," she said. I asked, "Will it end soon?" "It will," Rachel said, "because lies collapse." I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. "I wanted peace," I whispered. But peace wasn't silence anymore. The next morning, Emily knocked on my door. "Please," she said. "Talk to me." I opened it halfway. "What do you want?" Her eyes were red. "I'm losing everything." I said, "You chose this," she whispered. "I didn't think it would go this far," I replied. "Neither did I." She backed away slowly. For the first time, fear was in her eyes. Not fear of me. Fear of the truth catching up. And I knew then she felt it too. Control was slipping. Her perfect story was breaking. Daniel confronted Emily in the hallway 3 days later, and everyone saw it. "This ends now," he said loudly. Emily grabbed his arm. "Please, not here." "You lied," Daniel said. "You used me." I stood near the stairs, frozen. "You told everyone he harassed you," Daniel continued. "You ruined someone's life." Emily cried. "I was scared." "You were selfish," Daniel said. "And I won't protect you." People stopped walking. Phones lifted. Emily looked around. "Daniel, don't leave me." He pulled his arm away. "I already did." She saw me then. "Say something." I didn't move. Daniel walked past me and said quietly, "I'm sorry." That was it. That night, Emily called me 12 times. I didn't answer. She texted Emily. I made a mistake. "Emily, I never meant to hurt you." "Emily, please talk to me." I put my phone face down. At work, HR called. "We reviewed the evidence," they said. "Your suspension is lifted. So you believe me now?" I asked. "We acknowledge inconsistencies," they replied. People avoided my eyes when I returned. Laura passed me and whispered, "I didn't know." I said, "You didn't ask." She had no answer. Emily's workplace reacted faster. "She's suspended," Sophia told me. "Pending investigation." I felt nothing. Then guilt crept in. "She's losing everything," I said to Rachel. Rachel replied. She already chose that path. Emily left another message. "I'm sorry," she sobbed. I was weak. I needed him. I deleted it. In the hallway, neighbors nodded at me now. "You okay?" Someone asked. "I'm breathing," I said. Inside, scars burned. That night I asked myself, do I forgive her? Emily texted again. "I'll tell everyone the truth." I replied once. "Me. Stop contacting me." She didn't. Rachel said. "Forgiveness doesn't mean stopping justice," I said. "I don't want revenge, and don't seek it," she said. "Just don't interfere." Emily cornered me near the elevator. "Please," she said. "Say you forgive me," I said. "Why?" "So I can sleep," she cried. I answered. "That's not my job." Her face fell. Daniel moved out 2 days later. Emily stayed inside. At night, I sat alone and whispered. I survived. I didn't smile. I chose silence. Not cruelty, just distance. And karma kept walking. Emily stopped me outside the building the next morning. "Please," she said. "Just listen," I said. "You've talked enough." She stepped in front of me. "I need to say this." I crossed my arms. "Say it," Her voice shook. I lied. I didn't react. I lied because I was afraid, she continued. I was invisible my whole life, said. That didn't give you the right. I know, she whispered. I wanted Daniel to choose me, asked. So you chose to destroy me? She nodded, crying. I didn't think it would go this far. I said it always goes far. She wiped her face. I felt powerful for once. That power cost me everything, I said. I hated myself, she said. But I hated being alone more. I felt tired. Why tell me now? Because the police called, she said. They reopened the case. I froze. What? They have the footage, she said. The messages, I said. Good. Her knees buckled. I ruined my own life. Didn't comfort her. I told them everything, she said. I admitted it. I asked, why? Because I couldn't breathe anymore, she said. The lie was choking me. Patrol car pulled up. An officer said, Emily Carter. She nodded weakly. I stepped back at the station. I sat across from her again, but this time she wouldn't meet my eyes. Officer Miller said, we're correcting the record. Emily cried. I'm sorry, said nothing. Later in court, I stood when Judge Helen Wright entered. She looked at me and said, You've endured significant harm. I nodded. She turned to Emily. You understand the gravity of your actions? Emily sobbed. Yes, Judge Wright said. False accusations destroy lives. I felt my chest tighten. Emily looked at me. I never hated you, I said quietly. That doesn't help, Judge Wright said. This court acknowledges your innocence. Those words echoed outside. Emily fell apart. I lost my job, she cried. My friends, I said. You traded them for a lie, she whispered. Do you hate me? I thought about it. No, I said. I don't feel anything, she flinched. I wanted you to scream, she said. I'm done screaming, I replied. She reached for me. Please forgive me. I stepped back. Forgiveness isn't a performance. She collapsed onto the steps. Shaking, I don't know who I am anymore, she cried. I said. Neither did I when you accused me. Silence fell between us. I turned away. She called after me. I broke myself. I didn't look back. Walking away felt heavier than yelling. But cleaner? Revenge wasn't loud. It was leaving whole. The charges were dropped on a Monday morning. Quietly, without drama, Rachel called and said, It's done, I asked, completely. Yes, she said. Your record is clean. I sat down and said, Thank you for believing me, she replied. You believed yourself when it mattered. At work, HR called me in. We're reinstating your position, they said. Full pay. I nodded. I'm resigning. They looked surprised. Why? Because I don't belong here anymore, I said. I packed my desk while people watched. Laura stood nearby. I'm sorry, I said. I know. Mark met me downstairs. Heard the news? Yeah, I said. He shook my hand. You held on. I almost didn't, I replied. Emily's apartment was empty by evening. No note. No goodbye. That felt right. I walked outside and breathed freely for the first time. Rachel texted me later. Proud of you, I replied. Thank you for saving me, she wrote back. You saved yourself. That night, I looked at my reflection and didn't flinch. I'm still here, I said, and that was enough. I unlocked the door to my new apartment and stepped inside. Finally, I whispered, Boxes lined the walls. Everything was mine. I didn't need approval, and I didn't need permission. Rachel had called before I moved in. You've done the hardest part, she said. I'm not sure I feel done, I replied. You will, she said. Kindness isn't weakness. Silence isn't guilt. Truth waits. I smiled faintly. I think I'm starting to understand. Mark stopped by with a small plant. For your new place, he said. Thanks, I said, taking it. It means a lot. You earned peace, he said. Not everyone does. I placed it by the window. Sunlight fell on the leaves, and I felt it fall on me, too. I sat on the couch and pulled my phone from my pocket. No messages from Emily. no reminders of the past. Silence, finally clean. I spoke to myself softly. I survived. The words felt heavy, but steady. I thought about every hallway knock, every lie, every sleepless night. They didn't break me, I said. I chose to stand. I looked out the window at the city. People passed below, unaware of my story. That was fine. I didn't need anyone to validate me anymore. I remembered Daniel, Emily, Laura, Sophia, shadows of my old life. They mattered once, but now they were echoes. I whispered, kindness was never weakness. My voice mattered even when it trembled. Silence protected me when it had to. I laughed softly, and the truth? It didn't rush. It waited. The apartment felt alive with possibility. My heart felt steady for the first time in months. I unpacked the rest of my boxes slowly. Each item, each book, each piece of clothing was a reminder that I could rebuild. I called Rachel. I'm settled, I said. That's good, she replied. Remember, you didn't just survive. You transformed. I know, I said. And I don't need anyone to tell me that. I hung up and walked to the window. Night had fallen, lights sparkling across the skyline. For a long moment I just watched. Peace settled over me, gentle and full. No rage, no pain, just quiet and strength. I whispered one last time. I survived. I'm whole. I'm me. And for the first time in what felt like forever, that was enough.